Hey, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Leffler. I am sorry I can't be there with you today. I'm going to be out for a few days. Hopefully, I'll be back soon. So, I've had to kind of change things around a little bit. We're not going to be working on our waves or doing our earthquake tables. So, instead, we're going to be working on a national park research project, which I think you're really going to enjoy. I think it's going to be great. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what that all entails. It's kind of complicated, but I know you guys are going to do great. And I also know that you're going to do awesome for the sub because we want to be kind and respectful to our visitors to come into our classroom. And I know you guys will do that. So thank you so much for being cooperative with that. Okay, so let's take a look at our National Park Research Project. In Schoology, if you go to your materials, you will see that the National Park Research Project, I'm going to grab my glasses, of course, is right there at the top. It's right here, and you can just click on that to find out what that's all about. Now, when you look at it here, it has some overview directions, which I'll show you in a little bit and go over that with you. The complete information for the project is this link right here. This is all of the information, all the directions. I highly recommend you read the directions because they're extremely useful for doing the project properly. Then this is the Google Slide template, which is a sample. You can use mine and follow along there, or you can create your own. And then this is the sign up sheet for the national park. So what you're going to do, let's go ahead and take a look at our complete directions right here. I wasn't able to print this out, so excuse me. You're just going to have to look on this online. You will research information on a national park. You and your partners will take the role. There's a climatologist, a botanist, and a zoologist. Okay, so you're going to be examining the park. So here's the steps that you're going to follow, and you're going to be creating kind of like a whole outlook, the whole ecosystem, like ecotourism vacation Google slide for us. So you're going to choose one or two partners. So the groups can be three, but not more than three. There's no exceptions because there's only three roles. So you're going to choose some partners based on that. If you want to work alone, that'll be hard. It'll be a lot of work for you. So I highly recommend you try to find partners. So that'll be step one. Step two is you're going to choose a national park. Now, at the bottom of this sheet right here are all the national parks, all the parks in America. There's Acadia, American Samoa, Arches, Badlands, Big Bend, so on and so forth. There's so many. Some of you might have been to some of them. You might have heard about some of them. You might know none of them. So what you're going to do to find one that you like, you get in your group and then you go, hey, let's check out Crater Lake. So you go to this link right here and it says find a national park. So we could, if we wanted to, we can just click on a specific state, but I want to find out about Crater Lake. So I'm going to type that in here, Crater Lake. And it actually is a really cool park. It's a volcano that erupted and then water filled in the cavity. You can see it here. So there's the little dome inside. And so the lake is around that inside volcano. So anyway, deep water in a sleeping volcano. So this is Crater Lake. And you can say, yeah, that's really cool. I want to do that lake. Or you might be like, no, I'm not digging that. It's too cold there. I want to go somewhere where it's warm. So you might search for a different one. Okay, let's search a different park. Let's do maybe Death Valley. All right, let's see that one. Death Valley is the lowest elevation. Okay, so here's our Death Valley. I didn't quite go there. It's the hottest and driest and lowest national park. So that's super dry and it has all these information about it. So when you decide, you and your group decide what you want to do, you are going to go to that link that I showed you that said choose your park. And then let's say you decided to do Death Valley. First, you're going to find your class period. Okay, so let's say I was in fourth period and I want to do Death Valley. So I'm going to put my name right here. And let's say I'm going to work with Mrs. Estep and Mrs. Woodward, and we're going to all work together to do this project. And it should wrap around for itself, okay? Now, once I've got my name in there and I've put entered, nobody else can do Death Valley in fourth period. So that's only one group can do it. So that's already taken, okay? I'm going to delete that out because I'm not really doing a project. Okay, so we've got that. So step number 1 was to choose your group. Step number 2 is to choose a national park. Now that needs to happen pretty quickly because you're going to have a lot of work to do. And then once you've chosen your park, you're going to decide on the rules. Sorry. You're going to decide who's the climatologist, and they're kind of the tourism. They're kind of in charge of explaining everything. Or if you want to be a botanist, that's a person that does plants, and a zoologist is the animal one. Okay. So you decide on what role is what. And then you're going to do research. Okay. You're going to have a couple days. I don't know how many, hopefully not. Yeah. You're going to have some days in class to work on this, and you should use proper resources. I'm on number 4 here. So that you're current and reliable. So maybe from 2020 on, so we know what's going on in that park. Okay. You're going to make a Google slide presentation and we'll present it to the class. All right. So each of you is going to do at least 5 slides. Okay. So each person has to make 5 slides. So you have a minimum of 15 slides. Actually, there'll be 17 because you're going to have a title slide and then a reference slide. And then each of you are making 5. So, and you should have at least 1 picture per slide. We want the pictures, like that's what's going to sell this park and tell people about it and make it wonderful are the pictures. So you need to do that. And you can't copy and paste. You have to use your own words to describe things. Okay. So you can read through this and it tells you about the specifics, about your Google Slides. And then you need to have at least 9 sources for each of the rules. Okay. And so this tells you about the source page, but we'll go into that. Now, this part right here is going to tell us the task. Over the next week, your team of 3 will be responsible for collecting the information about the park of your choice. You will create an ecotourism vacation that meets our guidelines and present the trip in the form of a Google Slides to your teacher and peers. I'll be looking for each bullet point in your presentation, and all group members should know the content to present without reading off the slides. Okay, so you're going to present, your presentation will have a bunch of different stuff. I'm not going to read through it right now because this video would be extremely long, but I can do one specifically for each person if you want me to, and I will include that in there. So the climatologist, which is the ecotourism director, is going to start out the slideshow, and they're going to have the state name, the location, the latitude of the national park. They'll have the national park map and US map, where it's founded, and a whole bunch of other things. Okay. I'll go into that more in detail in the specific climatology video. The botanist is going to find information about plant life. And you're going to find 5 different species of plant life are found in the park, 2 neat facts per plant, and then you're going to report about all these other things that are listed here. So you'll read through this. The zoologist is going to be talking about the animal life. There'll be 5 different animal species in your park and 2 neat facts about each animal. And so you'll read through this to find out all the stuff about that. Now, for grading, remember I said each person is going to be graded on their slides, but there will be kind of a teamwork thing as well and a behavior part to this. All right. Whew. So that's the directions. So let's go back to our Schoology. So we did the complete information. So that's where you can find that Google Doc I just showed you. The National Park sign-up sheet. That's this Google form here. And then here's the Google Slide template sample. Now, here's the sample. I've already got it opened here. So this is just, you can make a copy of this, and then you can, excuse me, you make a copy of this, and then, okay, sorry, make a copy of this, and then you'll fill it in. So you're going to highlight all of this and put your national park there. You'll put your names of your students here. On this page, it gives those directions that I just told you about kind of the introduction and what you have to do and all that. So the directions are there. So you can delete this slide when you're finished, but this is just to give you a little bit more. This is the information needed about your park. So each of you, these are all the bullet points you need to do. And then you'll also delete this slide when you're finished. So I took the information on that Google Doc and put it on this, so that just helps you out. So the climatologist slides will go here. There needs to be 5 slides answering all those questions. They need to include a map, and I just did that for fun. Then the botanist slides are going to go next. 5 slides for the botanist, at least. You can have more if you want to go all out and be like a plant expert. You go. Zoologist, again, 5 slides or more. They will go there. And then you're going to have a resource page. You need 9 or more resources to go here. And then I just put this little part here. Your resource page should have at least 9 resources. You may use sources like books or internet magazines or encyclopedia. If you have internet sources, make sure that they have valid information. You can .org.edu. You may also use wikipedia.org. Aren't I nice? All right. And then when you do, your online sources have to have the author, the date of publication, the title, and retrieved from. So we want to do the MLA format. You'll delete this box. You'll just click on it and delete this box once you're done. Now, if you don't like this layout, I'm okay with that. You just do your own layout, your own theme, whatever you want. But this is kind of the format that it needs to be. All right. Well, let's just go knock ourselves out and learn so much about those national parks here. So I recommend you go through and take a look. There's so many exciting things. If you're interested in cold, like Glacier Bay, or warm, Grand Canyon, there's so much to do. There's no reason you can't find a place that you're really excited about learning. And I am excited about finding out your information. So take care of yourself, stay healthy, and get to work. And in the very infamous words of a important philosopher, don't do anything stupid. All right, you guys have a great day. See you soon.